After my parents sold my Master System 2, there was a little period where I had nothing to play and not a lot to do. I didn't have that many friends, so I didn't really go to anyone's house. I didn't get to play any games they had. But luckily for me, my parents seemed to pick up on this unhappiness. And while they didn't get me a console, they did get me the next best thing. A handheld console. The original Game Boy. They got me that yellow Game Boy that came with the black carry case. It even included 2 games. Super Mario Land 1 and Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. And because I was a special child, for some damn reason I decided to play the second game first. So the first Game Boy game I ever played was 6 golden coins. And I love it to bits. I must have completed it about 24 times. Nowadays the Game Boy I play on is a customised one I made myself actually. Here it is. It's got a glow-in-the-dark case. It has an orange D-pad, blue B button and red A button. The start and select buttons I've kept as original ones because I've never found ones that really feel as good. And as you can see, the screen's been replaced with a Pokemon themed one. Couldn't resist it. But the other Game Boy that I played nowadays is a customised Game Boy Advance. It has its own backlight and like the last Game Boy, it glows in the dark. Now it's kind of hard for me to show it with a video, so I'm having to take a picture off of Google to show you what it looks like. Over the years I've collected so many games for the Game Boy that, unlike my Master System video, it's actually quite impossible to talk about the first games I had. So I'm just going to pick some random ones that I have a lot of nostalgia for. First one I'll talk about, Blaster Master Boy. I think it's called Blaster Master Jr. in other places around the world, but I always knew it as Blaster Master Boy. It's a fantastic little game. If you've ever played Blaster Master on the NES, it's basically that without any of the car parts. There's no Sophia. You walk around, you blow shit up, you kill monsters, and you have a fantastic soundtrack alongside it. It's a great game. I have no idea what it's worth because the game I have is still the original cartridge from when I was a kid. That's right, unlike the Master System where my parents sold everything, I managed to keep hold of a lot of the games. Not all of them, some of them have seemed to have disappeared over time unfortunately. But this is one of the ones that I still have to this day, the exact same cartridge. Meaning I've had this thing in my collection for over 20 years. Another fantastic game is Double Dragon 2. This truly is a fantastic game, although it's quite hard. But I've done a Let's Play on me actually being able to complete it. So if you'd like to see what that game's like, you can check the link below. The next game is Kirby's Dream Land. This game was actually my sister's. She really enjoyed it, but she couldn't get very far in it. She was a little bit younger than me, so I guess that's the reason why she wasn't that good at games. I don't think this is the first Game Boy game I ever completed, but it was definitely one of the first. I just remember feeling so excited that I got to complete a video game. Because my original Master System games, I never got to complete any of them when I was that age. So while I can't remember what the game was, I do know that the first game I ever completed was a Game Boy game. This game is just amazing. It's fantastic for children, adults, everything. And it's Kirby's first ever appearance. That's why for years I thought Kirby was naturally white. And then you eventually see that he's meant to be pink. I thought the pink was wrong, but apparently I was wrong. Another amazing game is Road Rash on the Game Boy. The gameplay, I have to admit, is a bit of a mixed bag. It's dead fun, but a level can drag for the longest time. You can get bored, you struggle to pay attention, and you make a tiny fuck up, you're off your bike, you've lost the race in one go. Really, quite frustrating. Fun, but frustrating. And the music is awesome. I know that Road Rash on the Mega Drive has awesome music, and this music obviously sounds nothing like that. But it is still its own flavour of awesome. Another game that I got to do a Let's Play for is Serpent. This game is so amazing and so underappreciated that it drives me crazy. I just want everyone to give it a go. Obviously I'll put a link in the description below for you to check out what it actually looks like and see me playing it. But please, even if you can't be bothered to do that, just Google image the thing, check it out, see what you think. It's a great game. Another game I played the living hell out of when I was a child was Tetris. And not just any Tetris, Tetris Blast. This is something I haven't done a Let's Play for yet, but my god I will. I love it. It's the best Tetris there is. It's so unique compared to all the others. I mean, you think, what can you do with Tetris? What more can you do with Tetris? Well, you can add fucking explosives into Tetris, then see what happens, and have crazy little cartoony anime monsters to try and beat with the bombs. It's great! Why the hell there isn't a sequel to this, I will never know! I do remember when I was young, I managed to get all the Tetris games except for two. Tetris Attack and Tetris DX. Now, Tetris DX, I'll admit, I didn't know that existed as a kid. Somehow that one skipped me by and I missed it. But it doesn't really matter, because it really is just colour Tetris. There's nothing else to it. Doesn't matter that I missed that one. But Tetris Attack was the first Super Nintendo game I ever saw in a shop. Super Nintendo wasn't really a thing in my area. It was Sega or PC gaming. But I remember how much I wanted this game, and then I found out it was on Game Boy. Could I get my parents to buy me it? Could I fuck? So I missed out on that one. Incidentally, years later I got to play it and found out I hate it. I hate Tetris Attack. I think it's shit. It's not Tetris. But I digress. Tetris Blast is my favourite. I loved all the Tetris games, but you cannot beat this one. It is amazing. Next game was Zelda, Link's Awakening. Sad fact for me about this game. When I got it, I had never played a game like this. Never. I couldn't understand it. It was just so different. And I got nowhere in the game because of that. I got to the part where you're meant to sprinkle the magic dust crap on the raccoon. But I was used to games where you run and jump, or you did little puzzles. Yes, I know this is technically a puzzle, but of a whole different calibre to that of, say, Tetris. I couldn't figure it out. I ended up telling my parents that it made no sense to me, and I thought it was bad. Yes, I know, the game wasn't bad, I was just stupid. My parents took the game back and got me something else. What was that something else? I truly can't remember. Years later, I got this game again, thought I'm determined to figure out what I was supposed to do, and of course, I did figure it out. And loved it. And hated myself for being so stupid as a kid, but come on, I was like 8 years old. People are stupid when they're 8 years old. And the final game was Pokemon Red. I have so many fond memories of this, and it's probably my favourite game on the system. I must play it like once a year, without fail. I admit, I've only got all 151, that's 151, yes, I got Mew, obviously from a friend who had a little Game Genie thing for his Game Boy, but whatever, I still got it. Only got all the Pokemon once. And that's solely because it was such a struggle getting the last one I could catch, which was Taurus. I hate that bull-faced fucker. And, like a lot of other kids out there, when I found out that my only reward was a little piece of crap I could use on the Game Boy printer, I kind of flipped my shit a little bit. Awesome game. Incredible game. Because it's even been remade as Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. On a side note, they're fantastic games. They're missing a little bit of the charm of the original, but they are still fantastic. And when I got Pokemon Red, I got it the same time I got my Game Boy Color. My dad bought it for me one Christmas. You see, at this point, my parents had split up, divorced. So, how did I handle this? Well, I kind of buried myself into my Game Boy. All I did was play games. I didn't talk to anyone. I didn't really hang out with anyone. Like I said earlier, didn't have friends. My Game Boy was my life. And I was quite happy as long as that was my life. Unfortunately, as a kid, people make you turn it off sometimes. But my dad got me my Game Boy Color with Pokemon Red, and it was a fantastic memory. I know it sounds sad to you, but to me, I cherish that memory. I never got the Game Boy Pocket as a kid. I seem to miss that one, not that it really matters. But I did get the Game Boy Advance down the line. Holy shit, that thing blew me away. Like my Game Boy Color, I still have the original Game Boy Advance I bought. That's right, I bought this one with my own money. Although I have to admit, the outer shell got pretty trashed from overplay, so it's been replaced with a yellow one that you see here. Not long after that, I bought myself the Game Boy Advance SP, the Zelda edition. This one's had the outer shell kinda scratched to fuck as well, but I've managed to keep the exact same screen it came with in perfect condition, and I played the shit out of this thing. For the longest time, this was the only Game Boy I would play. I do have a Game Boy Advance Micro now, but when it first came out, I chose not to buy one, solely because of the Nintendo DS. The Nintendo DS could play Game Boy Advance games. So why buy a Micro? It's just a tiny version, it doesn't play games other than advanced games, so I can't play Pokemon Red on it. And since I couldn't play Pokemon Red on the DS, it just made sense to buy the DS instead of the Micro. I only had so much money, you know. But as I said earlier, I play these two custom Game Boys. I also have a custom blue one. I don't know why I don't play that one as much. Maybe I just prefer the wackiness of the one that I got to make. And I suppose you're wondering, what happened to that original Game Boy I had? What happened to that yellow brick I had as a child? Well, if you saw the last video, you know my parents sold my Master System. But they didn't get to sell my Game Boy. Here it is. The original Game Boy I had as a kid. It still works. The only thing I've ever changed on it is the damn screen, because of course they get scratched to fuck. It works absolutely fine. Just look. Yeah, I know, the screen looks abysmal. I rarely play an original Game Boy now, just because the screen is so shit. But every so often I will pick this one up, just to get that stab of nostalgia. So I am very lucky to have my original Game Boy. But what happened to my Super Mario Land 2 6 golden coins? The first Game Boy game I ever played? Well, I had a fallout with a friend when I was young. I say friend. He was a cunt, really. He thought he'd get one over on me, and he scratched the sticker on my Mario Kart to bits. He annihilated it. He did it with a compass out of a pencil case, I think. He annihilated the damn thing and destroyed the sticker. And then it just all peeled off. But I still have the cartridge. I still have the game. It works absolutely fine. But of course the sticker is gone. So there you have it. For a long time, all I had was Game Boy. And I loved it to bits. But because my parents were split up, they kind of fought for affection from me and my sister. That was when they bought me something new.